Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you ever played the game Bop It? This colorful toys classic game has 3 simple commands: bop it, twist it, and pull it. The point of the game is that it tells you what to do and you do it. Easy enough, right? As long as you obey quickly and correctly, the game keeps going. But one mistake, if you bop instead of twist, or if you don't whack hard enough when it tells you to bop it, or you hesitate a moment too long, the game's over. The point of the game is that no one can be perfect every time. Even if I'm completely concentrated on a game, I'm still going to make mistakes. And it's that way in life, too. No matter how hard we try, we can't be perfect. Thankfully, God doesn't say game over when we sin. He knows our faults and weaknesses. He knows that we will mess up over and over. Even Christians, His children, sin. But He's provided for that. As children of God, we can always go to Him for forgiveness. 1 John 1:9 says, "If we confess our sin, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sin and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness." With our confession of sin, we see 2 of God's attributes: faithfulness and justice. God is faithful to His promises, and He's just in forgiving us because He's already poured out His wrath for that sin on Jesus. Because Jesus already took the penalty, we can be forgiven. We see His attributes as He does 2 things for us. He forgives us. He removes our sin as far as the east is from the west. Then He cleanses us, purifies us, removes the pollution and guilt that sin has caused. Not the consequences, mind you, but the guilt. We are then free and clean. But notice this is a conditional promise. It all hinges on us doing one thing: confessing our sin. 1 John 1:8 says, "If we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us." And then verse 10 says, "If we say we have not sinned, we make Him a liar, and His word is not in us." So if we claim we don't sin, we're lying to ourselves and calling God a liar. To confess in this context means to say the same thing or agree with God about our sin. We look at our sin, and instead of sweeping it under the rug, claiming it's no big deal, or trying to justify ourselves, we say sincerely and openly, "God, you're right. What I did was wrong. Please forgive me." Then we can expect God to respond with forgiveness and cleansing. Aren't you glad the Lord doesn't say game over and send a lightning bolt every time we sin? Me too. What on your heart today do you have to confess to God?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.